reporting for TTN HD Production Live here at RAINDANCE Toronto with Martin Wisinewski. What inspired you to get into the business?
I initially started out, I worked in corporate stuff, and then I started basically directing my own music videos, and I shot about 30 music videos. I used that as my film school and practice, and then I met up with the guys at DIMEWORTH on another shoot that they were working on, we were working on, and we started to speak, and ever since then we've basically made 2 features, and right now we're 3/4 of the way raising capital on our 3rd feature that we're going to start, and that's sort of how it went. It was basically like one thing led to the other. It wasn't like, you know, it was basically one stepping stone to the next is kind of how it led me to where I am now.
How did working in music videos prepare you for working in feature films?
The hectic schedule, that's the first thing. Music videos are like movies but on steroids. You have basically 2 days if you're lucky, 3 days if it's a miracle to finish a music video. Usually they're about, you have 1 full day to shoot them, and you're working on a 20-hour day to try to get as many shots as you can in. And the thing with music videos that you learn along the way is you have, when your regular run sheet is what you're hoping is going to happen or what you're hoping to get, and then after that point there's a certain thing where if you're going to be doing a story-based video, you're like, what are the mandatory shots we are going to get? Because, you know, by the time you have switches and you have changes and you have wardrobe changes, you have set changes, if weather's permitting, whatever happens, you're probably going to get about 65% of what you intended to get. So it's sort of, you learn how to do that along the way. I think the more practice that you have, the more comfortable you are with the process. So,
what has been the most exciting part of your career so far?
I think I said this to Judd not too long ago. He's one of my film partners in DIMEWORTH. Getting to see my name at the beginning of a movie, I think was like, it was one of those childhood dreams that you always have. You've always wanted to see your name on screen or in the role, and actually getting to see that for the first time, to me, actually, like, working on the project and, you know, working behind the scenes and all that stuff, really, like, is really what I love doing. But for the first time actually getting to see my name on screen was, to me, the greatest accomplishment so far, that I think, at least. I don't know.
What is the most challenging aspect about making films?
Everything, the easiest part is making the films. Everything outside of them is the most complicated part, I would say. Working with, doing the paperwork and getting the funding, to me, I think is the most complicated part, and I think that's what holds back a lot of the creative people and the creative process. It stagnates it, and that's what I've always found to be the hardest part. But when you're on set and you have a good crew and you have a good director and you have a good cinematographer and you have good actors and they're doing a great job, that to me is just like the icing on the cake. The rest of the stuff is really what's hard. Like last year we shot a movie on, like, I'm talking on a very, very low budget, and we completed it, and I've seen it twice now, and it's a great movie, but we didn't have a location for a supermarket, and it was up to me to lock down that location, and it wasn't like we had money either. So it was like we basically went into production into the movie without the location. We said, okay, we're gonna just do this along the way. So every location and everything that we were getting, we were just like 1 week at a time. We were working in intervals. Okay, well, we've got this now, then we got this, but it all at the end ended up working out because, you know, the more stress you're under, the harder you work and the better job you get done. So it all worked out and everything looks great and it looks like we intended it to be that way, but it's just it was a really unnerving process, I think, at that point in time. It scared me.
What are your goals for the future?
I'd love to do this, you know, dedicate 100% of my time full-time to doing it. It's just something that I've always wanted to do, and we're not really that far off now. I got very, very lucky with getting in with the guys at DIMEWORTH, and these guys are they're super, super talented. Like, I have a guy who's, you know, knows how to do everything from organizing and breaking down schedules to breaking down scripts to, you know, doing everything behind the scenes, and then I have another guy who writes great scripts and is a great director. So for me, it's really like, I just do everything to facilitate these guys and make sure that, you know, everything is running smoothly. It's kind of made my job a little bit easier. When you have great people to work with, it just makes your job that much easier, I think.
So how did you achieve such success on Battleground?
That was a great project. That was actually the first project that I worked fully with the guys at DIMEWORTH, and they worked with a great Canadian director, writer, Neil McKay, and we filmed the movie up on Isa's property up north, and it was a shoot 'em up classic, like Predator-ish type of action film, which I was interested in the film right away, because how often do you hear about a Canadian action film being made by Canadians independently? So that right away, right off the bat, to me was like, okay, we're gonna go and do this. And it was just like guys in the woods with guns. Like, I don't know if it doesn't get any more fun than that, to tell you the truth. Like pyro and everything going off. So we had a great time. We had a minimal budget, and we had a capital investor from Australia who funded the project for us. And we ended up selling the film. I'm not sure whether it was in Berlin or in Cannes, because Judd was out there. In one of those buyer's markets, he sold the film to Epic in California, and they purchased the rights and distributed the movie for us internationally. So it's sort of like in, I think it had theatrical release in the UK and Scotland and some of the and England and whatever, some of those countries. The film was just sold actually a month ago. I forgot to mention this. About a month ago in Canada and the United States. So we may be, it's really up to the guys at 108 Media what they're going to be doing with it, but the intention was to release the movie in minimal theaters in Toronto and throughout Canada. And then in the US, I think we were projected to do all of the online sales and in-store sales as well for the feature. So that was something that, we weren't expecting to be as much of a success as it was, and it may spawn off into sequels. We haven't really fully discussed that yet, but the sales agents and some of the other people were really interested in that happening, and we've had discussions about it, but we're really focused on another feature right now, White Red Panic, which is a crime thriller that we would like to shoot in Hamilton, and that's where all of our primary focus now has been onto White Red Panic, which is another Eyes writer-director-ish type movie that we're doing with him. So. And
what's happening with To Our Bright White Hearts?
To Our Bright White Hearts has been submitted to film festivals. We're basically waiting on full confirmation from everybody, and some people have been waiting on the film. I've seen the film. It's actually a really good movie. We shot that, that was sort of one of those pictures where we did it with our own funding. And that was the one I was mentioning with the supermarket, which was one of the problems. We pretty much funded that movie ourselves, and the people that worked on it with us, and the crew and everybody, and even cast, was like everybody was involved in the picture just because they wanted to see the film get completed. And we achieved that goal, and we got the right group of people together. It was almost like, it felt like camp in the summertime, when everybody kind of working together. You're with everybody all day long. Nobody's really arguing. You have long days, but everybody, there's not something that everybody can't get over in 15 minutes. And when everybody kind of separated at the end, when we finished the picture, it was literally camp. Like, everybody was so sad, and people had flown in from LA to work on it as well, so they were going back out, and we all went out to dinners together, and it's still like a core group of people that still stay in contact together on Facebook. We stay in contact with each other through emails, and we talk to each other all the time. So it was one of those films that was, it touched everybody on the inside, Great.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on your films online?
DIMEWORTH.com is the best way to find information on us. The new website will be up shortly, and it's going to be a good-looking one. I'm really excited about that. We basically designed it all ourselves, and it's going to kind of represent us the best way, I think. We had like custom cinematography and filming for us, but from one of Isa's DPs in California. He did a really, really great job. He got us some cool splash pages. So that's the best way to contact us, and it will have all our information on there, and our phone numbers and emails and any information that you would need for get in contact with us.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on all of your previous success, and best of luck with your upcoming projects.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to working on more projects.
I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for TTN HD Production Live here at Raindance Toronto. Cool.